Hey y'all, it's Margot. I'm going to give you hopefully a quick tutorial on how I created my Bitmoji Classroom and share with you some helpful tips and some different resources that helped guide me to make this. So first thing that you're going to need to do is create your Bitmoji character, which you can do on your phone. Download the Bitmoji app and follow through the prompts. It's super simple. Mine prompted me to log in through my Snapchat account, which I already had created. And once you've gone through creating your character, you're going to need to create an extension to your computer. In order to do that, you're going to go to the Chrome Web Store and search for Bitmoji. From there, you're going to click the Add to Chrome, not Remove. I already have mine added. Click that and follow through the prompts once again to sign into your account with Bitmoji. From there, it's going to connect what you have on your phone to your computer, and you can find that located underneath the puzzle piece icon, which is your extensions, and there we have our Bitmoji. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I'm not the one to recreate the wheel. There are so many talented and creative teachers and artists who've already created backgrounds of classrooms for you that are free and readily available. And one person who I came across was Bitmoji Becca. She has a ton of different classrooms that you can choose from. And in each one of these, there are multiple classrooms. But the one that I specifically chose was from Themes 4. You're going to click Make a Copy. When you do that, it is going to take a little while for it to actually load. So I'm going to show you, this is the one that I chose from hers. It's slide number 7. But I do want to show you that she has a ton of different classrooms. And one thing that I really like is that she has things ungrouped so you can move them around. If you don't like something, you can click it, you can delete it to make it your own. If you want to, you can insert images to make it more your style if you'd like to. But I'm going to go back to the one that I selected. And as you can tell, it's interactive. That was not what I was going for in my own classroom. I'm not tech savvy enough to create dancing Bitmoji characters. So all it's about for me is how does it look. So I'm going to click the sound button that she added in. I'm going to delete that. And my new best friend, which is the snipping tool, I'm going to snip the classroom, and from there I'm going to save it. So File, Save As, and when you do that, I would suggest for you to go ahead, create a folder that's for Bitmoji classrooms and have everything nice and neatly organized there. That way it's readily available and you're not searching through everything on your computer. So from there, you're going to go to any program you like. I chose Publisher. You can do PowerPoint or Word if you'd like. This is what works best for me. And in the YouTube video that I'm going to suggest for you to watch later on, they use Publisher as well. This is just personal preference. But from here, you're going to insert your image that you just took a picture of and saved. Here's my Bitmoji, I guess, folder, and I named mine Blank Classroom. The one that I actually saved, I already had my name added in. I'll show you how to do that though, but you have your classroom. If you go to Home and click Draw Text Box, you can add in your welcome to Ms. Smith's classroom, or you can say instead, welcome, morning announcements, morning meeting, whatever you'd like to. Because you can create links later on for your students to click on, and it'll redirect them to whatever you'd like. So from here, we need to add in our Bitmoji character. So we're going to go back to Chrome and we're going to go to that extension, click on Bitmoji, and I'd suggest for you to find a character that's standing. You can see the whole body, but you can be creative with this as well. But the one that I chose specifically is of me waving. If you want to find the same one that I have, all you do is type in wave. Here's the image. You're going to right click it, copy the image, go back to your publisher page that we just had, Control V to paste your image. And from here, you're going to resize so that it fits your classroom a little bit better. And if you need to, you can rotate your image. I don't like the fact that it looks like I'm walking out of my classroom, so I'm going to click it. I'm going to rotate horizontally. Now it looks like, hey, welcome into my classroom. We're going to get started today. But from here, I'm going to prompt you to a YouTube video that was really helpful for me. I found her on my second grade Schoology page. Her name is Melissa Spring, and here's her web, I guess, video on YouTube. It's called Creating Schoology Buttons with Microsoft Publisher. She does a really great job explaining the step-by-steps on creating the buttons. And you can make it as easy as you want, or you can get as detailed as you'd like. I think that even if you download and or purchase the watercolor droplets, you can just use those. You don't even need to go through all of the components of making it something that's symmetrical and round like she does, even though I ended up doing that just, for fun. But she did a really great job. I did end up splurging. I went to Teachers Pay Teachers and I purchased the Mint and Blue hand painted watercolor dots. And I did snip each one of those and save them as separate components and save those, as you can tell, in my Bitmoji Classroom. I have my watercolor droplets all saved here. And if you wanted to make buttons that were just the water droplet, I think that that's beautiful. Why wouldn't you just do that? But once you've created your buttons following her tutorial, she made it really simple and easy to be able to make those. You can use whatever text you like. The next thing that I would suggest for you to do is to make your website buttons. And next person who I'd like to thank for creating things on another one of my Facebook groups. This was just our Teaching with Schoology page. Brittany Cohen has created some different logos that are readily available for you as well. And if you click on or type in this link here, you will make a copy, and she has all of her different websites that she's already created buttons for. You can actually make your own as well. All you have to do is, instead of using the circle tool, use the rounded edged square tool and have the fill on the inside white, whatever color you want as the outline. But she has a lot of different websites. I added a few that were specific to my school that we use, but she did a wonderful job doing that. I do want to show you, though, all of the different components that I did end up making, though. So I saved all of my different subjects in one folder. I have blank buttons in case I want to go back and add a few, like if I want to do small groups, I can add those quickly. Days of the week, I added those into a folder, all of my different websites into one. And some of these I probably should organize a little bit better, but I have all my banners as well. Now from here, if you refer back to the YouTube video that I asked for you to go to that was by Melissa, she shows you at the end on how to kind of format everything. And I really like how she shows step by step how to do that and how to add in the different web links and things like that. But one thing that I really did change, and I kind of want to show you, if I go to my courses, if I log in, and this might be something that I want to change. I'm hoping that once I create my actual classroom, since this is just my sandbox course right now, I'll be able to have all of these different components, hopefully maybe in my resources. So that way when my kids come in, all they have to do is click classroom and there's my classroom. But as you can tell on that first page, I have a different folder that is my teacher slides. And what I did was I created a folder for each one of my subjects. And from in each folder, then I have a day of the week. I made my buttons, added those in, and I found a different video that actually shows how to add those in, but it's very simple. All it is, same thing. When you go in and you're creating this, you type in Monday and you add in the picture, which I think you can do through insert content. But what I did from there, okay, this is where it gets a little tricky. What I did was I had to create and copy links. So for my reading tab, I clicked reading. I had to then copy this website from my URL, Control C. What I ended up doing was creating a Word document that has all of the different links for reading, language arts, math, science, everything. So that way, once anybody clicks on those buttons, it redirects them to a folder. So that way, when my students who go into my classroom, they click on my classroom and they're here, say, okay, it's time to get started on reading or language arts. I'm going to click on language arts and it redirects me once I've added in that link to language arts, and I go into Monday and I can have all of my content there. Obviously, I haven't built anything yet, so I don't have any materials added, but that's kind of my end goal. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that this gave you at least a few different resources that can help guide you, and good luck.